At the end of the year, it went by in a hurry, obviously. Before you know it, you're playing your first game, you turn around, now you're playing your last game. So everything comes by in a hurry. So it's been a pretty good year for us so far, but hopefully we got a lot more good basketball to play. Well, every team that suits up at the beginning of the year at every level is trying to win their conference, and we're no different. Obviously, we put ourselves in a position to be where we're at right now, obviously, but we still have another game to play, so it's going to be a pretty big game for us in that regard.
You mentioned a couple of weeks ago that the one thing you wanted your team to get out of this back half of February was to gain a little bit of an edge over certain teams, knowing that the postseason is near. Do you think you guys have gained that little edge?
I think we've played really well since that time, extremely well with a lot of energy. And it's going to have to continue at this point right now because that's really what's going to get you over the hump. Come this time, obviously, come tournament time, when you're playing championship ball, you have to have a lot of energy to play, and I feel like our kids have really embraced that. We've given them a little bit of a rest, which has helped us so far.
What's changed since that Cleveland State game at the beginning of February?
Nothing. No, nothing's changed. We're continuing to do the same things that we always do. It comes down to making shots and not making shots. This is not rocket science. If you put the ball in the basket, you win a lot of games, and if you don't, you don't. Our effort has remained the same. Our focus has remained the same. All the things that we've done has been pretty much consistent. Our players are buying into everything. They really want to do well. They put the effort, they put the time in, and they have right from square one, win game, lose a game. Everything has pretty much been the same all year long. We're just trying to survive another day.
You guys lost Callie earlier in the year. Team get a little lull there, but when she came back, she kind of provided a spark. Just what she's provided for you this year.
Yeah, obviously we just, when one player misses from your lineup, I don't know about anybody else, but I can feel it. And I think sometimes your team feels it. But by the same token, if one of your players goes out, a key player like Callie went out, they all seem to really want to fill that hole. So there's a little bit extra sense of urgency, come that situation. Fortunately for us right now, we've got people that are healthy. Not always the case for athletic teams this time of year to have that, so knock on wood, we can remain that way.
You've seen a good number of players wear that jersey and go through this program, and knowing that it is senior night and you have three that'll be doing it for the last time in the regular season, how emotional is it, and how much does it mean to you to know that you've coached those three for their 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, people that go through and they endure, 4 years of college sports, it's a grind. It's not easy for anybody. If it was, everybody would do it. But granted, you have to have talent to be in this position, and these players obviously have been. And I think they put a lot of time and effort into it. There's a lot of sweat that goes into this stuff, hard work, sweat, bumps and bruises and ups and downs. But I think through it all, thick and thin, they grow a lot. They grow a lot as a person. They get a lot of teammates, understand winning and losing, understanding what working hard and working together is all about. And we have been fortunate to go through senior day with a lot of players over the last 40-some years, and tomorrow will be no different. Players that will be leaving us tomorrow will be sad to see them go.
Every game we've just talked about, we got to come out with energy. Our home crowd is great and provides energy, but we can't rely on that, especially on away games and even the home games. Just talked about coming out strong and setting the tone right away.
What's this like now with one game to play? Conference regular season tournament on the line. What's that like the mindset right now going into Sunday or Saturday? Sorry.
Just one game at a time. You can only focus on tomorrow's game and being prepared for that, and not looking too far ahead.
You've kind of had you had an injury this year and you were out for a while, and then you came back. This team kind of tried to spark the team a little bit. What's the whole season been like? Just going through that and then coming back and helping get this team back on track.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to sit out a few games and just working to come back as fast as I could. And I think everybody's ready to come every game, and I just wanted to help be a part of that.
What's been Coach's message to you guys, knowing that, yes, the postseason awaits, but you guys have kind of had to be on the tail of Cleveland State, and now you're at the point where you can tie for them and win a share of the conference regular season title, but kind of staying within yourselves, knowing that, yes, there's a postseason, we have to focus on that, but also a lot of regular season games left.
Yeah, honestly, it's just one game at a time. You can't look forward, especially in our conference. You never know who's going to come out, and there's a lot of different upsets in our conference. So every game, you got to be ready to go.
And with senior day coming up, how emotional is that, knowing that this team has, you guys formed such a bond over the last couple of years, and knowing that last game at the Crest in the regular season.
Yeah, it will be a special senior night. Everybody's put a ton of work into this team. A lot of hours go into it, and we're very fortunate to have a team like that where everybody puts so much into it. So it'll be nice to give them the praise that they deserve.
I think, is it just Natalie who's having her senior night, or how does she fit? Like 1 year with the team, how has she been fitting in, and how special is it to have her this year?
Yeah, she fit in great. It's really nice having her. She's got, she plays great defense, great shooter. She fit right in right away. And we also have Kaylin Gibbons and Kendall Bernard graduating.
Gotcha.
How special is this team? I feel like every time you watch them, you guys are so close. How special is this group?
Very special. I mean, I think we had a lot of these pieces last year, came together this summer, put a lot of work in. Very just determined group that we want to get to the NCAA tournament.
A few weeks ago, Coach said we have to find ways to get better. Teams at the bottom of the conference can get significantly better. You're already pretty good. Over the past few weeks, what are the things that you guys tried to get better at?
Yeah, so each practice, coach will come in and say we can either get better or we can get worse. There's no staying the same. So sometimes we gotta get better at defense. We gotta get better at a lot of teams do dribble drive, so we'll work on that. Working on zone offense, just all those little things. You gotta get better at something every single day in practice.
You also mentioned something about gaining that edge, knowing that the postseason is near. Do you guys feel like over the last few weeks you've gotten that edge that you kind of wanted?
Yeah, I think we all just have the desire to go far in postseason, and so we're all just putting in the time and effort to go where we want to go.
Awesome.
Thank you.